Hello and welcome back to this tutorial. In this video, we are going to be learning polymorphism in object-oriented programming. So what is polymorphism? Well, polymorphism is simply the ability of an object to have diverse type, okay? So it's simply the ability of an object to have various forms, okay? So poly is another word for plural, and then morphism is, or morph is like form, okay? So for instance, a vehicle can have different forms, okay? We can have lorries, cars, SUVs, buses, okay? These are all forms of vehicle, all right? So, and the way a car hunts is a bit different from that of a lorry. Okay, so you have the various ways that they do their things. So now, this polymorphism is another implementation of inheritance. So we can create another class for this reason, and we are simply going to comment out what we have. So I'll create a class and I'll call it people, and this is going to be our super class. So, and I'm going to define the init function, and I'm going to pass in name and age. So I'm going to create the instant attribute. So self.name is equals name, and self.age is equals age. Okay, so now this is our super class. Now I'm going to create a subclass of people. So I'm going to create one for male and females. So I have the male class, and I'm passing in the people class. So, and I'm going to directly use this init function here. So I will not define another init function here. So, and I'll create the second class. So for now, I'm going to pass, and I'm going to create a second class, and I'm going to call it female. And I'll pass in also the people class. So, and I'm going to close this. So for now, I'm going to pass. And here, I'm going to create about two methods. One, I'm going to call work, and here I'm going to pass in self, and here I could create another variable and call it gender, and I'm going to say that self.gender is equals gender. So here I'm going to return a data that says that this person is, then I'll pass in self.gender, or I can say named, I'll pass in my name, so self.name, and is that. So I can say that this person named that is male, right, or female, and works. Okay, so I am just going to create one method for the two of them, and here I'm going to copy this method and I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to paste it for the two of them, and for this one I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to leave this gender thing for the two of them. Okay, so if I create an object of the male and object of the female, we have something different for the two of them. So, but first of all, I am going to create the object. So I'll just say male1 is equals the male class, and I'll pass in the parameters. So I'm going to say that the name is Paul, and the age is 20, and the gender is male. So the second one I'll create for the second class. So I'm going to call it female, and I'll change it to the female class, and I'm going to change the name to Joy, and I'm going to say that she is 25 and she's female. Okay, so I'm going to do something like I'll create a list and say list of people is equal to, I'll enclose it in a list. So I'll call the male one and then the female one. Okay, so I can now call this, I can loop over this list. So I will say that for X in list of people, right? So I'm going to call this work function for the two of them. Okay, so I'll say X dot work. So I'm going to print. So now if we run this, we have that this person is named Paul and is female, and so we have the generic output for the two of them. Okay, so I believe this, you understand how this polymorphism works. So polymorphism is an extension of inheritance, and so also is abstraction. So I hope we are not confused about this. So thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one.